All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Founders District Pick Your Brain interview series. I'm Susanna Wong, Founders District Club Growth Director, and also the host of the program today. In this program, we are going to interview Toastmasters from all walks of life to pick their brain. In case you are not familiar with Toastmasters, it's a great platform to sharpen your communication skills, public speaking skills, and leadership skills. And to kick off this interview series, we have invited a passionate Toastmaster, Ricardo Pasalagua, who is the CEO of Labor Relations Specialist and a speech champion. He's here to share with us 3 keys to be a competent communicator. If this is what you want, stay with us. And of course, follow our page to learn more about our upcoming events. Ricardo, would you like to say hi to the audience?
Thank you very much, Susanna. Welcome, everybody, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to me, at least for another 20 minutes. Back to you, Susanna.
Wow, you see energy flowing here. Now, the very first question I would like to ask Ricardo is a very typical question. Why did you join Toastmasters?
This has to be a very fun story. When I was dating my wife, she was a very dedicated Toastmaster. Toastmasters here, Toastmasters there, and everything else is Toastmasters, Toastmasters. For a minute, I thought that a Toastmasters was more like a cult. I used to meet some of her friends after the meetings. We used to go to a pub and have some appetizers and a beer. And some of her friends used to say, you know, she's a DTM. And like, a DTM? And I was just in my head, my little hamsters were DTM, I don't know, designated troublemaker. Then I find out that actually DTM stands for Distinguished Toastmasters Member. I go, wow. Finally, she pulled me by the hair and invited me to one of the meetings. And I have to say, I was very impressed about the structure of the meeting, the 3 sections that they have: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. Different things during the meeting got my attention. Number 1 was table topics. Even when I'd done a lot of speeches in public, one thing is preparing speeches, another one, thinking on your feet for an improvised question. And another thing that I really like too in this meeting is when they were giving the feedback, the evaluators were giving the feedback to the speakers. It was no judgment, no constructive criticism. I saw more a positive feedback that the speaker can take to improve their skills in the public speaking. And that's one of the things that really got my attention too. And with that, I became now a dedicated Toastmasters. And that's what I do every Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday in my clubs.
Sounds great. Looks like your wife is a very smart Toastmaster. One day I got to interview your wife too. You mentioned that you are very passionate and also experienced Toastmaster. I'm guessing that Ricardo is a very experienced Toastmasters. And I'm curious, what clubs are you in right now?
Right now, I am a member of 3 clubs: Surf Cities, TikTokers, and SoCal Bilingual English Mandarin Club. But wait, there is more. I'm super excited right now because I'm working in the club extension chair this year. And I have a great team of fellow Toastmasters that are helping me to launch an English-Spanish bilingual club called Hola. In fact, next Monday, August 22nd, we will have our first demo meeting in English at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And I hope all of you, my fellow Toastmasters and guests that are listening or watching this podcast, can attend the meeting. You can go on our Facebook page. I believe it's Hola Bilingual Toastmaster and you can get all the details. And I hope I can see you next Monday.
Hola, hola. I like the name. I like the energy in the name. If you are interested in visiting the clubs that Ricardo belongs, we will leave the club meeting information in the comment box. Feel free to check them out. It's important to visit different clubs and find a club that fits you because every club is different. Wow, 3 clubs. Looks like 3 is a magic number. In case you want to know, I'm also a member of 3 clubs. If you are not yet a member of 3 clubs, it's time to consider joining more. Ricardo, just now you mentioned chartering an English-Spanish bilingual Toastmasters club. I'm just curious because right now during the pandemic, not everybody would like to start a new club. What motivates you to want to charter a new club, particularly an English-Spanish bilingual one?
I believe that really being a part of the foundation of something new is a great feeling. The ability to share your knowledge, plus the contribution and ideas of other fellow Toastmasters that are on the same page with you, to me, is absolutely exciting. Everywhere, every detail is taken under consideration. And this helps to create such a wonderful platform to help all the fellow Toastmasters and new members to continue to improve, not just their public speaking and leadership skills, but also to adopt positive new habits. For a club to function, I always believe that you need to have a very solid infrastructure. And most importantly, the commitment of your members. Because if your members have no commitment, then it will be no involvement.
Amazing insight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our audience, if you have any questions that you would like to ask Ricardo or me, feel free to leave your questions in the comment box below. I have to say it is really rewarding to charter a new club. It's just like your baby, particularly you are working with a group of like-minded people. It's the energy, it's the synergy that drives everybody forward. And I really like your quote saying that when there's no commitment, there's no involvement. Look at us early in the morning. Absolutely great commitments to Toastmasters and personal growth. I heard that Ricardo, you've been Toastmasters for quite some years. What is the biggest change you see in yourself after you joined Toastmasters?
I definitely believe that in life you can always acquire good and bad habits. Let me elaborate a little bit. Even when I have been a labor relations consultant for around 25 years, and I have been exposed to public speaking for a very long time, I found that when you feel confident in front of 10 or 100 people, you feel, oh my goodness, there's nothing else I can learn. Well, guess what? Surprise. I was missing the ability to put together a more organized presentation, as well as finding out the communication style that will be most appropriate for the audience who will do my presentation. And when I consider a good habit, and one of the best that I did acquire in Toastmasters, is the elimination of filler words. Like, you know. Now, this positive habit, believe it or not, is a part of my professional life. Because when I hear one of my clients in a speech, the first thing that I do is I just pull my pen out and I start doing his evaluation or her evaluation. This good habit actually helps me and helps my clients to do and be a better public speakers.
You know, that's also one of my favorite meeting roles. If you're not sure what we are talking about, Our lovely audience, it's time to visit a club close by or leave a message in the comment box below so that we can recommend you some clubs in Founders District. Wow, I can't believe that it's been already more than 10 minutes that we are live. Now here comes the key part of our live interview. 3 keys to be a competent communicator. Are you all waiting for that? Ricardo, what are the 3 keys to be a competent communicator? I am dying to know more. Stage is yours.
As everybody knows, there is a different types of communication. And you have a lot of books that talk about communication. And I believe that everybody has to develop their own communication style. And myself in particular, I can say that the number 1 is knowing your audience. Number 2, selecting your communication style. And 3rd, feedback. In fact, Toastmasters, I believe, has a speech called Knowing Your Communication Style. Here, they have a quiz that gives you a feedback regarding what is your main communication style, which can be, if I recall, direct communicator, initiating communicator, supportive communicator, and analytical communicator. I still recall that the results in my particular case show that I was a direct communicator. And I have to say that actually I consider myself more a combined communicator. Everybody's like, what is a combined communicator? Let me be more specific by sharing with you the 3 keys of a competent communication. For instance, in my line of work, 3 weeks ago, I was meeting a group of executives from a hotel chain. When they sent me the Zoom invitation, I right away noticed, oh my goodness, they only gave me 30 minutes. Wow. At that point, I had to analyze the audience. Second, I had to select the communication style, which in this case, it was direct communication. This level of management wants you to go directly to the point. Because if you go around the bushes, for them, it's a waste of time. And they will cut your presentation on the spot. My presentation lasted 20 minutes with 10 minutes for questions and answers. What was the feedback? I got the contract.
Ooh.
When I meet with a group of employees, for instance, in a manufacturing, to conduct what we call an employee engagement survey, based on the audience, in this case, my communication style is initiating. I lead the conversation in a friendly way to be able to break the ice with all the employees. Let me tell you, this style of communication with this audience helps a lot. Number 1, to create a comfort zone for the employees to open, but most importantly, for them to share their concerns or problems in their work environment. What was the feedback? The employees were happy to have somebody to share their concerns. Everybody was engaged and everybody participated. In another aspect of my career, when I'm coaching new consultants in my firm, my communication style is supportive. I take the time to explain how the labor law works, as well as other legalities that they might be facing during their interactions with our clients. I listen and answer their questions, and often Absolutely. I offer all the unconditional support during their journey as a labor relations consultants. What is the feedback, you might ask? The feedback is a big thank you for your support. And most importantly, the positive feedback that we receive from our clients. Last, when I'm conducting an investigation, like a sexual harassment case, then my communication style has to be different. In this case, analytical. From the questions I had to ask both parties to the comments each employee made during the process. Of course, I need to take under consideration the facts that are presented to me. The feedback in this case can be a positive resolution. And I say a positive resolution because the majority of these cases, the real outcome is she said, he said. And this is the reason, my fellow Toastmasters and guests, that I consider myself, more than anything else, a combined communicator. Because in my case, in my line of business, I cannot be trapped only in one communication style. And I recommend all of you to do the same. All the audiences are different. I really believe that the ability to adapt your communication style based on the audience, without a doubt, will impact your interaction with others.
Absolutely. Flexibility is always key to success. Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard the key point? Toastmasters equals to got the contract. I like that. Apart from that, did you take away the 3 keys shared by Ricardo? You still remember? Let me do a little quiz. Do you still remember the 3 keys mentioned? First one is know the audience. Second one is select your communication style. That's what we said, flexibility is key to success. The third one, of course, is giving and receiving feedback. These 3 keys, we invite you all to take away with you today. We have actually almost come to the end of the program. If you still have any questions for Ricardo or for me, feel free to drop your question in the comment box below. I have the last question for Ricardo. If you had to sum up your Toastmasters journey in just 1 sentence, maybe 2 if you want, what would it be?
It would be a little long sentence. Toastmasters is a fantastic platform, not just to improve your speaking skills and leadership skills. It will help you to build positive habits.
I like it. Building positive habits. Who doesn't need more positive habits? Attending Toastmasters international meetings could be a very good positive habit. Ricardo, it's been a pleasure chatting with you and knowing more about your stories. We will leave Ricardo's club meeting information in the comment box below. Please feel free to visit the clubs and any clubs in Founders District. And if you speak both English and Spanish, you are absolutely invited to be a charter member of Hola Bilingual Toastmasters. And please make sure you take away the 3 keys from Ricardo. Know your audience, choose your communication style, and receiving and giving feedback. There are a lot of exciting events upcoming in Founders District. Please make sure you click follow our page and check them all out. Our upcoming guest speaker in this program is Noel Damasio, a CPA and also a speech champion. He's going to share with us humor made easy on August 31st at noon Pacific time. If you want to further sharpen your humor, remember to mark your calendar. And if you are a Toastmaster member of Founders District, feel free to email us to be a speaker of this amazing interview series. We look forward to picking your brain. And thank you, Ricardo, once again. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
See you next time. Ciao.